These are 10 basic tips on getting started in making your Word accessible to everyone. And the first thing that I want to show you is Web AIM, Accessibility in Mind. This is a great website that will give you further information that I may not be able to cover here in these short videos, but it will help you to see how to make your documents accessible. And there are different versions here. If you have Windows 2013 or if you have a Mac and you're wanting to better understand how to do that, then this website is a really great tool for that. Also shows you other links like converting to HTML and converting to PDF, and how to use your accessibility checker. So there's a lot of things here that are very well worth your time to help us be in compliance with accessibility for everyone. So the first tip in working with Word is to use your spelling checker. And so you want to make sure that your spelling and your grammar is checked. And it's always a good idea to proofread and have someone else to do that for you as well. But to help with proofreading, just click on the review and you have a spelling and grammar check, a thesaurus, a word count. So these are built into 2016. 2013 does have the spelling and grammar check. And you can right click on it and get a thesaurus. Another website that is well worth looking into is Grammarly. Grammarly will help you. It is a free grammar checker, and it works in the background of your work, and it will help you to check your grammar and your spelling as well. So it works in the background of everything that you're working on. And if you want to upload it into the program, you can upload your document and it will show you the errors that you are making. And then you could see whether or not you want to do that, you want to change it. It will give you suggestions. So this one's missing an article. And once you click on that, then it will correct it for you, and then you would just download it and it would be a corrected document. The second tip to help your documents be accessible to everyone is the basic styling. So many times we want to come in to our document and make it our own titles, like we're saying that that's a title. This is going to be a title. And we design it on our own. But the best thing to do to make your document accessible to everyone is to use the styles. So I'm in the home section, and at the top you will see styles, and it usually opens right away, but if it's not, you just can click on the little icon and it will open. And there are different styles that are listed. Heading 1 and Heading 2 are the most frequently used and the best for readers. You can also click on the other styles here to see what they're like. So you would click on your title, and this would be a title. And yes, you can put it in the center, and yes, you can make it smaller. You want to probably use Times New Roman or Verdana. Those are the easiest for the readers to read. Or Tahoma is very easy for a reader to pick up the lettering. So you want to pick a simple font that can be read. Okay, when you click on your section titles, then that would be your heading 1 or your heading 2, depending on which one of those that you would want it to be. So using the styles instead, so think style, be stylish, and use your headings, your styles that are there provided to you by Microsoft Word. That will make it accessible to everyone. The third tip is looking at using a table or a list, and which one would be better for the readers. The readers have a hard time with tables, and so if you're going to make this accessible to everyone, then you need to consider whether or not you need to put it in a table or to just list it. So here's an example of putting a table with information in it. These were supposed to be my titles. The reader does not recognize that as a title. And so if I put it as a list instead, then it will look more like this. And when I click on my accessibility checker, then these are going to be a lot easier for the reader to read. As you can see, there are errors with the tables. So there is a way around that. If you just simply click on your table, right click on your table and go to Table Properties, then you can determine the first two rows as titles and simply put in that these are titles. Or you can go to the alt text right here and take this information that you have in your table and put it here so that the reader can read it according to what the table says. This is probably the easiest way to get around this if you want to use a table. But just consider whether or not you want to use a table and need to use a table, and this is how you can make it accessible to others.
If you are going to use a link, refrain from using click here and instead give the information about the link so that the reader can let the student know what the link is for. This website will give you some examples of how to do that.
The fourth tip in helping you to make your document accessible to everyone is when you have an image or a table and you need to add alternative text, then you want to be very specific with what that text is saying. Make sure that it is describing to the reader what this is about. So, for instance, if I was going to use this one and I wanted to add, then I could go to my table properties and I could go to my alt text and I can be very specific about what this is saying. So the table title might be classifications, and then it might be that my table is listing different classifications, but you would want this to be very descriptive. So if you were actually going to include a table, then you would want your description here to be all of the words that are in the table. And then you would just click OK, and now it has an alternative text. And as you can see, my accessibility checker, that part is gone now. I have inserted a picture, an image, and as you can see, when I click on my accessibility checker, it's telling me that I'm missing my alt text. So when you're using a table, you need to add alt text, and when you include a picture of any kind, then you need to also put in an alt text. And the way you do that is you just right click on the picture and you go to Format Picture. When you open the Format Picture, Word 2016 uses this little icon right here, Microsoft Word 2013, then it will just simply be already on there. As soon as you right click and go to your properties, it will say Alt Text, Add Alt Text. But this one does not. It goes a step further. You have to click on this little icon right here, and then you can see Alt Text. When you click on Alt Text, then here's where you could put your title. and you could put your description. Now this picture has an alt text, and as soon as I close it and put it away, then it is finished, and you can see that my checker is saying there's no other errors there. The website that I referred to earlier, WebAIM, has a really good description on how to add your alt text for images. The next tip for helping you to make your Word document accessible is to be careful that you don't use snippet to take a picture of text and then expect the reader to read that, because it will be a video, it will be an image, it will not be text. So if you present your text as an image, then that's not going to make it accessible. So if you do have a picture, like if you've found something that is a picture of text and it is not actual text, you can convert that by using the optical character recognition tools. And there are many free online OCRs. You could also use OneNote that is found in your Office 365. So as you can see here, there are the site that I have given you for the free online OCRs. There are several OCRs that are available. Google Docs even will take a picture of a text and turn it into text. So that is something that you can use to help with that situation.
If you have something that you're wanting to emphasize, do not use color to emphasize. Instead, use words or images and then give them an alt text. And don't underline, because if you underline, it's going to make the reader think that it is a link. So you can just simply type out the words important, or you can put an exclamation point like I have here.
The next tip in making your information accessible to everyone is to provide captions and transcriptions. Providing captions for videos is a little bit more involved, and the WebAIM is a really good resource for helping you with that. I'm just going to show you today that the YouTube also has a tool for adding subtitles and closed captions. So if you look here, you can click on the subtitles and closed captions. And I am in my YouTube channel, and I'm in my manager for my videos. And they will actually add those for you automatically. So if I want the YouTube to do it for me, then I would click on Published English Automatic. And then you would see as you're playing. The next tip for helping you to make your Word document accessible is to be careful that so once you let the YouTube go through and set up the closed caption, if you're happy with it, so when you are using the published automatic, then it will put it on there automatically. And sometimes when you look at a video that is already there, you can see that it will have closed captions. And the thing about using the closed captions, you can only use closed captions on your video. Like, I cannot take this and add the closed captions to it. If this person did not, if Dr. Sue did not add closed captions at the very beginning, then it would not be there. So it's pretty simple to use the YouTube, but you do have to have a YouTube manager, and it's really simple to do that. You just log into YouTube and upload a video, and it will become your YouTube channel. And when you're in that channel, then you can add it automatically. If you have a lot of words that are being said, you can add them yourself. and then you would just type in what you're hearing, and you would set the timings, and you would decide like 2 sentences for each screen or each shot would be enough, 2 sentences at a time coming on. Okay, so that's adding your closed captions to your videos. WebAIM is really good at showing you captions and transcription, audio descriptions, how to set those up, and how to use them in your videos.
The Microsoft Office built-in tools, at the top of the page you will see tell me what you want to do, and here's where you would start typing accessibility, and the checker will open to the right of your document and show you where things need to be fixed. And as always, a little means a lot. So just start simple, start small, just start making small changes in what you're doing, because it will make things so much better for everyone. The Usability Geek is a website that lists 10 free screen readers if you want to see what a screen reader can read and what it can do. So you might want to check that out. When you are finished and your Word is compliant with the ADA, you can save it as a PDF, and it should remain compliant, but there is an accessibility checker in your PDF tools as well.